administration, as a journalist, I need to ask you this question. Under the administration of Kurt Okraku, some journalists believe that they have been very antagonistic towards them. He said that the man was attacked. John Pofankra was threatened when we were in Abidjan. He told him he was going to take his time before it gets physical. Then, in fact, myself, the chief of staff of the Ghana Football Association, Michael Osekre, told me that he will come to my office and physically attack me for saying that he's a potential executive council member if Kwesi Appiah decides to step down. There are people who believe that this administration has been quite antagonistic towards the media. As a journalist yourself, does this posture suggest that this is an administration that is willing to work with the media? And is it a threat to journalism in this country, considering what you were doing yourself? In fact, I didn't ask the question of the late MND Jawula, who actually said Sannie was so critical of my work to the extent that I went and reported him, was it to his mother or grandmother?
To my mother.
He reported you?
Yes.
Yes.
My mother's friend is Alhaji Jawulas. You know, they were one of the leading Muslim educated people in Ghana many years ago. Very, very few people were then educated. So he had a very good relationship with my mother, who led the Federation of Muslim Women's Organization in Ghana. So they had a very, very good relationship. One afternoon, I was going to pay my mother a visit. He said, "Yes, I'm looking for you. Your uncle says you have been attacking him on the radio." I said, "Who?" He said, "Uncle Jawula." He says, "Oh,
I'm doing my job.
I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job." He says, "No. You must know that there's family before job."
So just touch on that question I asked. Say that the man was attacked. In fact, he was beaten blue-black. Jan Pofankra was threatened, "Hey, you'll take your time before it gets physical." Atapoko has complained of being attacked before, or he was threatened of attack me. Osekre called me on the phone. Conversation lasted 1 minute 33 seconds and said, "If you don't do what I'll come to your office and physically attack you." Alaji, is this fresh to the Ghanaian media space?
Well, you see,
is this an attack on press freedom, sports press freedom?
Well, you see, the football fraternity has a lot of people. Some of them are emotional. Some of them don't understand the work we do as journalists. So there are moments when some are worked up by what we do as journalists. Those are people who are not in our trade like you and I and Kurt or Prosper. Kurt and Prosper, mind you, are journalists.
Yeah.
So they will not be antagonistic towards you.
Sometimes they are.
Well, you know, we are human beings.
Yes.
We are human beings. So I think that, you know, since those incidents, things have improved. And I'll beg our colleagues who think that they've been, you know, subjected to, you know, unfair attacks and the rest, that they should be patient. I'm close to a lot of these people you have mentioned.
You should be begging the FA to rather behave well.
Well, you see, when you know somebody in private, you don't criticize him publicly.
So you will not criticize the FA publicly, but you rather come to the journalists and beg the journalists. No. That's not fair to
No.
That will not be fair to us.
I'm trying to be conciliatory. What am I trying to do? If you say this has been done to you, you mentioned some individuals' names, I'll go and see them and tell them that, no, we need a different approach. And they will understand me more when I explain to them than maybe us being confrontational. And I know those people you have mentioned, when I speak to them, they will listen. All of those people are my friends. So I'll speak with them and we'll see. Journalists must be free to report on the work that
at this point,
we do.
I can clearly say that, Sannie, you're now on the other side. You're no longer part of the media.
But
you are playing the role of a football politician.
No. I'm a football man.
You're a football man. And you're backing the politician instead of the profession that gave you an opportunity to rise to become a football man, Alaji. That is clearly what you are doing now.
So am I saying I'm against the media? I'm not saying that.
You're not against the media.
Saying that.
But if the institution of which you were a part of, under your administration, at no point did we ever have a single journalist even feeling threatened. You mentioned one of my colleagues, Songo, who was on radio many times. You went through the legal route.
Yes. But I'm saying that...
Why are people now going into the... I'll come and physically attack you. Then say that the man had his neck twisted.
No.
Alaji, if they are wrong, rebuke them. Instead of saying, oh, journalists, you are, then these people have relations, you are going to speak to them privately. No. Go and speak to them privately.
So Muftau, do you expect me to go and fight them?
You're not going to fight them.
Exactly.
But you can let them understand that, Kurt, as someone who practiced journalism for 22 years, you understand journalism more than any of the young journalists of today.
So do you...
Prosper, as General Secretary, who practiced journalism for many years and was doing that with you, understands journalism. And now as a lawyer, he understands every single thing required in journalism more than young journalists of today.
Yes.
Your role should either be to guide those young journalists to grow, and not have people within you keep threatening them left, right, and center.
But
who do you want to criticize you to do the right thing then?
No.
Or you want praise singers? Not all of us are praise singers.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm one.
I agree.
I'm not for Kurt. I'm not against him.
I agree.
I'm not for Prosper. I'm not against him. I'm not for Osakre. I'm not against him.
Sometimes we need a softly approach to bring people to understanding our point. That is why I'm begging you and all my colleague journalists who have suffered in one way or the other or feel threatened, that I will take this matter up upon myself to ensure that
I feel threatened, but I know that, come on, that's nothing.
No.
You can
nothing will
just call me on the
me.
phone and threaten
nothing
me.
Will happen. I think it's just, emotions at play then. I know Michael, I know his personality.
I know he's a very calm guy.
Yes,
that I know.
Sometimes
you meet him, he doesn't even want to talk.
But sometimes people, as human beings, sometimes you veer off course. So for me, as I know Michael, do you expect him to even listen to me properly if I criticize him in public, rather than going there and telling Michael, I think that the approach towards Muftau was not the right thing. I think we should find common grounds, a nice way of dealing with differences rather than going brute force fighting. People will come around. Be calm.
I'm actually very calm. Yes. I'm here to have a conversation with you.
Thank you very much.
And not to express my grievances. Ibrahim Sannie Daara, former communications director of the Ghana Football Association, CAF media expert, my guest on Prime Take. Thank you very much for your company.